We in the studio. We in the studio. With Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. With Rob. We in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Is alone and only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head. Tub with the OG like Flintstones, good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how you feeling, dog, you might got something to pray. This type of influence that you ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Come let the heat rock simmer.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of In the Studio with Rob. That is who I am. That is who I be. And as always, I'm in the studio with my man Izzo.
Greetings and salutations.
What's up, young fella?
What it is, sir? How are you?
Hey, all is well.
You look good. You look good.
Hey,
sharp.
Appreciate you.
Sharp as the old folks would say.
He is sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack, sir.
So, with that, we're going to talk this week. We're talking about something that's going to probably rub some of y'all kind of, sideways because, and if it does, it's because you are. So, we're talking about you being too sensitive. Some of y'all too sensitive.
A lot of y'all.
And the thing, the funny part is that you think it's other people. People don't care. People are too hard, or people are too whatever. And sometimes it's just that you're just too sensitive. You are too sensitive. And I'm not telling you got to be all hard, ruggish, and mannish, and all that other stuff. I'm just saying you're too sensitive. Every little thing that's said and done should not affect you in such a negative way. Every time somebody says something to you, about other people, you get offended. I got a story for you. This was probably 25 years ago. Well, yeah, about 25 years ago. Might be more than that. No, actually, it was more than that. So we talking closer to almost 30 years ago. So I just started, at the VA, and I was just out the Army, and been there for maybe a year or so. And I was getting on an elevator, going downstairs wherever I was going, and a lady got on, black lady, and she got on, and she moved over. She wasn't much older than me, maybe about 5-6 years older than that. But she moved over like I was, a criminal almost, like what I would expect, sometimes like
she clutched her pearls.
Yeah, what you kind of, and so, I ain't saying that. I just let it ride. But a couple of years later, we ended up working together, and I brought it to her attention, and she said to me that she thought I was something different than I was. Meaning she thought I was just some little young punk, whatever. She never took the time to even say hello. But she had an opinion of who I was. And then as she got to know me, she realized that wasn't who I was. But what that does is, I could have handled it two ways. I could have been sensitive about that. Meaning I could have got into my feelings, be like, yo, what you doing? Why you acting like that? And probably would have leaned more into the stereotype that she had of me if I would have got that way. Or I could, like I did, I just ignored it. Like, that's on you. You don't know me. But I think what happens is too many times people get in their feelings so quickly about everything somebody else does. But, that one thing it taught me, it was that the way you dress and the way you sometimes even the way you walk and carry yourself will affect people. I don't have to change who I am necessarily to be accepted, but I'm okay with not being accepted. And I'm not going to get all offended because somebody say or think I am something that I'm not. I don't have to get into my feelings over that. I don't, and it's not that I don't care what you think, but I don't. But I think it's more than not caring what you think. It's about I'm secure in myself. And I think sometimes sensitive people have insecurities that affect everything they do or everything that happens.
Everything they hear.
Everything they hear.
See.
Another story. A lady at work one time. And I thought me and the lady was cool. You know, older white lady.
Same lady?
Nah. Older white lady. She was cool. You know, this was years later. But she worked for me. And another young girl that worked for me, you know, she said something and I said something smart to her or whatever. But that's how me and the young girl, we was, you know, I would clown her sometimes. She was cool with it.
She was cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, we would clown her. Let's go back and forth. But the older white lady got offended. She stopped talking to me. I would come in the morning, or when she come in, she walked past my office. I said, "Good morning." I ain't hear nothing come back. I'm talking to the group in meetings. She would never look at me. So this went on for about a week. And I was like, now, before I thought we was cool, I was like, we never got along well. But I'm like, something ain't right. So I called her into the office. And I said, hey, do we have a problem? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm speaking. You ain't speak to me all week. I notice in meetings you ain't looking at me. You act like we got a problem. So I'm wondering, what is the problem? She said, well, when you said such and such to the other person, you know, I thought that was rude and it hurt my feeling. I said, first of all, I wasn't even talking to you. I said, so you offended by something I said to somebody else that's not offended. Well, I just thought you was rude to her or whatever. I said, did she stop talking to me? Does she not speak to me? I said, me and her, that's our relationship. That's how we cool with that. She says stuff to me all the time. I said, there's no issue with her. So why do you have the issue? Because you're too sensitive.
Getting offended for somebody else.
Yeah, you offended for somebody else that's not even offended because of your sensitivity. And I get, you know, people talk about being politically correct and all other stuff. I get all that nonsense. You know, and I'm not saying it's not a place for political correctness. However, we talking about just being overly sensitive for stuff that shouldn't affect you, that should have nothing to do with you at all. Or sometimes it does, but then you take it to a whole nother level. You know, it's like, it ain't that deep, people. You know, it's like some of you get upset when, let's say, your spouse, you know, it's like, oh, well, they said something to me the wrong way. But instead of addressing what they said, you stay in your feelings about how they said it. So now you're not even dealing with the issue, you dealing with what they said or how they said something versus the issue of what they said, which could probably help with your relationship. But you in your feelings about the nonsense. They said this the wrong way. Y'all too sensitive sometimes. I mean, and again, I'm not saying that people shouldn't
have feelings.
Have feelings or watch what they say to you or how they say things to you.
Oh, we finish each other's sentences.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to understand that, look, it ain't that. That's not the intent behind somebody saying something is not always to hurt you. But you always get hurt. So now you wonder why people don't talk to you. Or why they don't tell me nothing. That's because you're going to get offended. Every time I talk to you, you get offended. So I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not talking to you because you're too sensitive. Let's have a real conversation, dealing with issues, dealing with facts, and not with our feelings all the time. Sometimes you gotta move past your feelings, people, to deal with what's real. And what's real is what I'm saying is what I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to hurt you. Look, fix this problem. If I go to work and I tell somebody, your paper that you turned in is got too many grammatical errors in it, and then you come back saying, I can't believe you put all those red marks on my paper. See, you upset about the red marks, but not the fact that what the marks are telling you. The marks telling you that you didn't do a good job, that you need to rewrite certain pieces of it, but you caught up in the red marks because you in your feeling. So the product that we need is not getting done effectively or correctly because you can't get out your feelings to do the work right. It ain't about the red marks. It's about the fact that you gave me a product that's not acceptable or substandard. So focus on that first. Let's focus on that. We can always come back and say, hey, can you write next time? Can you do mine in blue? I don't want red. It offends me. Okay, cool. I don't care. I just want you to write better papers or turn in better work. But don't not do the work because you caught up in the color. Or every time you hear a joke, you get offended. I'm not even talking to you. If I tell a joke to my son and you eavesdropping on our conversation, and then you offended that I said this joke to him.
Should have minded your business.
He ain't offended. This is our joke.
Never offended my dad.
So why are y'all all upset about the way we talk to each other?
Facts. Mind your business.
So sometimes it's like y'all get so sensitive about or let's take it to the house, your house a little bit. I'm going to your house. I'm going to go in your house a minute.
Who house? My house?
I'm going to people's house.
Oh, people's house.
So I'm in the people's house.
Wait, but I mean people.
Huh?
Is it like a metaphor of people or like real people? Like other people?
No,
I mean people sometimes.
I'm going into the people.
Okay, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the people. So I'm coming into your house right now, right?
My house?
So as I'm into your house and I'm sitting on and you know, I'm sitting on your chair and we talking and we having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You got a cat that jumps past my face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a cat person, people. I'm gonna be honest with you. But he jumped past my face. I'm not offended that your cat jumped past my face. I just don't like cats. So I may tell you, that if I'm here for business or whatever, hey, can you put your cat somewhere? Okay, whatever. That's not telling you I don't like you or your household. That's telling you I'm not cool with cats in my face. You offended that I meant or tried to check you on your cat or try to say something about your cat. Now we can't even have a good relationship or conversation no more. Because you're so sensitive about your cat. Or about your dog. It's like sometimes people are telling you things because it's the way they see it or the way they experience it, but it's not to hurt you. It's not even that they don't like you because of that reason. It's just that this is something that's going on. If you in your house and you talking to your husband or your wife, and your husband says no. For whatever reason, he says no. I don't know why he told you no. Whatever you asked him, he said no to it. Instead of listening to his no and his reasoning for the no, you offended that he told you no. Why? Why can't he say no sometimes?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want nobody telling me no either.
Yeah, because y'all too sensitive.
I don't think I'm sensitive. Like, what are you telling me no for?
Well, again, you don't count, man.
Oh, okay, all right, you're right.
Because you're perfection, and nobody should ever tell you no, because whatever you asked for is probably right in the first place.
And justified, I feel like, because perfection.
But you're not talking about
you. All right, you're right.
You're
right. My fault. Right. You know what? My fault.
Thank you.
My fault.
But it's really my fault because I didn't explain it.
No, I mean, you interrupted my thought about myself, so yeah. I mean, it really goes back to being your fault, but as a humble person, I want to take responsibility for
I get it, because you're perfect.
No, exactly.
Yeah, so with that, people, it's okay to hear a no. It's okay for somebody to disagree with you. It's okay for somebody to tell you what your thought process is not correct with what they're thinking.
Oh, you're hurting my heart here. I know it's not me. I know.
We're talking normal.
It just hurts to hear. Ugh.
But you don't have to get in your feelings about it. You don't have to stop talking to them. I'm not talking to them no more because I can't believe they told me that. Or because they said this to me. I'm not talking to them no more. Why are you in your feelings? Why are you so sensitive about somebody disagreeing with you? People can have their own opinions. They can have their own insight on how something should work or not work. They don't all have to fall in line with yours. Now, we have a debate over something. We can debate it out, and you can still hold on to your opinion. I can totally disagree with your opinion, but it's yours. I'll give you that. All the facts may show that you're wrong, but that's yours. If you want to hold on to that, that's on you. I don't care. I'm not going to be offended because you got a different opinion, or because you have you want to look at something from your point of view, because in reality, that's what we all do anyway. We all look at things from our own prism, from our own castle, so to speak. When I look out, I see it the way I see it. And unfortunately, some of us aren't willing to grow beyond that. That's the unfortunate part. But we all have that. But I don't have to be sensitive or feel upset about the way you see it. I can give you that. I can give you the fact that you see it that way, as wrong as it may be. But I don't have to stop talking to you or stop dealing with you because you see things in a different way. We look at this political climate a lot, right? And I think part of the problem we have in our politics is all our politicians are like teenage girls. They're all in their feelings about everything. It's like, if you said this about me, so I'm gonna talk about you. And so none of them dealing with facts. None of them dealing with solutions. They're all dealing with their feelings. And you would expect all these old people to be beyond that. But that's not true, because they never got beyond it when they was young. So just because you get old don't make you better if you never dealt with your stupidity when you was young, or your faults, or your fallacies when you were wrong. When you were young, I mean. So that just means you took them all into your old age. So it's the same thing. It's like y'all watch it every day with your politician. But then you do the same thing at home and criticize your politicians for doing it. They stay in their feelings. But then you stay in your feelings. At work, you in your feelings. I don't want nobody to, they don't call me he, she, or we, they, or all the different pronouns. I'm offended. Who cares, man? They called you by your name. If they called you by your name, who cares what your pronoun? You're all sensitive about something that don't even matter.
We are never getting sponsors.
Maybe not. I'm cool with that. But I'm not going to get caught up into nonsense of people being all sensitive about stuff that don't even matter. It's like you are upset over things that don't even affect you in most cases.
Thanks.
And then the solutions that we need done or found, we can't get to because we can't get out of our feelings and talk to each other better.
Instead of being shut down.
We gotta be able to move all that stuff out the way. Stop dealing with the emotion of you think somebody offended you, because in most cases they ain't even offend you, but you think they offended you, so you so caught up in the so-called offense that you never even think about working on a solution for what the problem really is. And so we keep going in this big circle. We all spinning around in a circle and get nothing done. So when are you going to get out your feelings? When are you going to stop being so sensitive in your house with your husband, with your wife? And then you wonder why your kids acting like that. Because you sensitive and your feelings all the time, so they learn it from you. You take it to work and you the same way at work. Always talking about somebody offended you, or they talked to you the wrong way, or they said this the wrong way, as opposed to what they said. What they said was, you trash in your job. Now they said it nicer, but you ain't. All you heard was you was trash. But you don't even want to deal with the fact that you trash in your job. You want to deal with what they said, as opposed to saying, I need to be better. My work is not up to par. I need to be better. You won't look at that. You won't fix that problem. You want to look at what they said or how they said something to you. You won't listen to your wife when she say she needs you. She wants you to come home or spend time with her. You looking at, oh, she always trying to lock me down. No, the woman telling you she want to spend time with you, but you looking at it through your feelings and talking about somebody want to lock you. Somebody want to lock you down, fool. She wanted to spend time with you. You looking at, if your husband say, babe, I need this from you. You looking at, oh, he trying to tell me what to do. No, he telling you what he need. And because we never focus on the what the person is saying, but we keep focusing or listening to how you feel about something, you are never going to be able to deal with your issue. And then your problem is going to grow. And you're going to be wondering why your husband out here doing some stuff he shouldn't be doing, or your wife over here doing some stuff she shouldn't be doing, or they firing you behind at work because you didn't want to deal with the issue that was the issue, and you want to deal with the feelings of it. And again, I'm not telling you shouldn't have feelings. I'm not telling you shouldn't feel stuff. But I'm telling you that can't rule and direct your life. Don't be like our politicians today, where all they talk about is who said this to me or how they said this to me, and never got one solution for none of our problems in America. I don't care if you like me. I care that we find solutions for problems and that we building toward making the lives of people better. This podcast is not about your feelings. This podcast is about giving you information that's going to challenge you to get more information to do better for yourself. It will not feel good all the time. I'm not going to say what you want me to say all the time, if ever. I don't know. But I'm going to say what I think is going to help you grow and be better. And that's what you need. When I talk to my kid, I'm not always saying the nice stuff to them. Never have. I'm going to tell them when they stink. I'm going to tell them when they doing wrong. But I'm not telling them when they doing wrong just to break them down. I'm telling them because I need them to get better. And I'm giving them solutions to be better. If I tell you, like, I'm going to take you to sports, right? When I was coaching basketball with the kids, right? And, you know, I challenge the kids. If they miss the layup, I'm going to tell them, yo, man, you can't make a layup. And I will show you why you're missing that layup. I'm going to teach you how to get better, but I need to tell you that you're wrong. Yo, that's not how you make a chest pass. That's not how you should be dribbling the ball. Why is the ball coming up by your neck while you're dribbling? I need to tell you you're wrong, but I can show you the right things. But if you get so caught up in the fact that I said you was wrong, then you can't learn. I need you to learn to be better. And now some of them kids, yo, they ball out. I watch videos of them all the time. I'm like, yo, these young boys got really good over the years. And I like to think I had something to do with it. But it also had to do with, yo, I had to tell you were wrong. I had to check you when you were not playing defense. I had to check you when you thought all you was going to do is stand in the corner and shoot the ball. I had to check you when you didn't want to stand at that free throw line and shoot the way we practice you shoot, as opposed to you just going out there shooting. But I challenged them to be better. And they all got better. I challenged my kids to be better because I want them to be better, and they have gotten better. I challenge myself to be better. So being challenged or somebody calling out your faults or your flaws does not mean they don't like you or that you should be so caught up into your feelings that you miss the big point of how to be better. We need solutions for our lives and our relationships and our politics. We need solutions. We don't need y'all caught up in y'all feelings talking about somebody said something about you. When I grew up, we used to bust on each other all the time, you know, and I know some people call it the dozens or whatever, but we bust on each other. So when we bust on each other, I might bust on you, talk about your mama. I might talk about your sister. I might talk about your grandmama, your granddaddy, whoever. Everybody was fair game. But nobody got no fight over that. But you know who got upset? The little sensitive dudes. You talk about my mama. Man, please, we been talking about everybody's mama. And most of the time, the jokes wasn't even that funny, to be honest with you. Now I think about them.
I be looking back on, like, mama jokes and stuff. A lot of them don't stand the test.
Yeah, they don't stand the test. You know, people talk about, your mama wore combat boots. That ain't even funny.
Yo, for real, like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, because maybe she was in the army. You know, but it was like funny. You know, like but we say that all the time. People laugh and we had a good time. But it wasn't personal. It was just a joke. People get offended from jokes. Oh, it's not funny. It's like, oh, he's talking about the disabled. It's a joke, people. If disabled people are the same as everybody else, so if I can make a black joke, I can make a white joke, I can make a disabled joke. What's the difference? It's all a joke. None of it's supposed to be where we ain't trying to tear nobody down. We're just trying to laugh. You laugh and you take it for what it is and you go home. Don't make it all deep. Don't make it deeper than it has to be. But y'all so sensitive. Oh, he made a joke about the president. So what? They're making jokes about presidents forever. President, suck it up, man. Be a real dude. Suck it up. Like the rest of us.
Pause.
Nobody ain't tripping over no jokes about you. Nobody ain't thinking you less than because a comedian made a joke.
Plus, he be dissing too.
Right. I mean, again, so that's the whole thing. It's like, but it's usually those people that are overly sensitive that's always talking about other people too. It's like, yo, you can't take it, but you want to try to give it out. Come on, man. We need to stop. Stop, people. Let's grow up. Let's stop being in our feelings over everything. If you ain't doing wrong, then why you tripping? Because somebody made a joke. Because somebody said something the wrong way. They probably didn't even intend to say it the wrong way. It just came out that way. Everybody don't say things exactly the right way at all times. No matter how much they practice, if you talk long enough, you're going to say something the wrong way. You're going to say something and say, I ain't really mean it that way. But that's just life, man. Let's move on. We ain't gotta just tear down houses over that. So we gotta do better, people. So again, I just want y'all, get out your feelings a little bit. Stop being so sensitive, man. This is your sensitivity training. Not the stuff you get at work where they tell you, oh, you have to be nice to everybody and blah, blah, blah.
Culturally acceptable.
Yeah, we ain't talking that. This real sensitivity training. Telling you to stop being so sensitive.
Chill out, B. Chill out.
I'm telling you, put on your big boy drawers. Put on your big girl drawers. Suck it up. You can handle it. It ain't that deep.
Big facts.
Ain't nobody trying to tear your life down. They just talking about you. Look, they don't have to like you. Nobody don't have to like you. That's the funny part about all this. No one has to like you.
At all.
It's okay.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
And so it's okay if no one likes you but you. But don't mean you got to get in your feelings because they don't like you. People don't like me. I'm good with that. I don't hate them because they don't like me. I don't even dislike them because they dislike me.
Learn how to bust, big dog.
Yo, we can trade these bars back and forth, right? But I'm cool. I don't dislike you because you dislike me. But I know everybody's not going to like me. I learned that a long time ago. I can try to do everything right and people will still not like me. But it's okay. I like me. I'm cool with me. And so I'm cool with everybody else. So get out your feelings. Your sensitivity training 101. You just got it. All right? So deal with that. If you offended by this, good. That means you got some more work to do.
Keep training, fool.
So I'm done. Israel, what you got for the people?
Just pretty much what I said. Learn how to fight. Learn how to buzz. I mean, life is a lot easier when you're a well-rounded person, and when you're just a sensitive person who doesn't like to hear bad words. And I don't mean curse words. I just mean things that make you not feel good. If you can't handle it,
you're probably in the wrong life.
As with most things, you're the problem.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
And look, get some help, people. Just get some help.
Get help.
It's okay to get some help. Just get some help. Don't check out. Don't turn off. Just get some help. There's help for you.
Seek it. You have to seek it.
All right. So with that, we out. So what we want the people to do before we bounce, Izzle?
Like and subscribe. Follow wherever you get your. Please. First and foremost.
Even you sensitive people.
Yeah. No, so you need more training. So definitely like and subscribe so we can continue to tell you, toughen up, lighten up, whatever you need to do. Do it up.
That's always up.
And chill out.
There you go.
So there you go. That's your rule of life, sensitive people. Up and out.
There you go.
But yeah, like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell all friends to tell some strangers. Like, yo, if you like this joint and you walk past somebody, be like, listen to the podcast. Listen to In the Studio with Rob.
There it is.
You don't have to know them. I don't care if you know them.
Neither.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, just like and subscribe, and then they'll be a friend, and then they'll tell friends.
That's right.
So yeah, do that. What else you got, big dog?
That's it, man. Tell all the sensitive people you know. Check this out. All right.
Till next time, remember, he is Rob. I just look like him. And we gotta go. Bye.
Studio. We in the studio. We in the studio. We Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. We Rob We in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Izzle on it, only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head top. With the OG like Flintstones, good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how he feeling, dog, he might got something to pray. This type of influence that he ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Come let the heat rock simmer.